Greetings to you all. The title of my talk is The Ethics at the Intersection of Artificial Intelligence and Transhumanism, a personhood-based approach. My name is Amara Esther Chimakonam. I am a postdoc fellow at the Center for Phenomenology in South Africa, University of Hare, South Africa. So my aim in this talk is to consider the moral issues that might arise from the possibility of creating more complex and sophisticated autonomous intelligent machines, or simply artificial intelligence, that would have the human capacity for moral reasoning, judgment, and decision-making, and the possibility for humans enhancing their human capacities beyond what is considered normal for humanity. So my talk will be divided into 4 parts. In the first part of my talk, I will define my basic concepts such as artificial intelligence, AI for short, AI ethics or ethics of AI, transhumanism and moral enhancements. The second part of my lecture will demonstrate the intersection of AI and transhumanism. So in the third part of my talk, I will consider some of the moral issues that this intersection portends. In the final part of my talk, I will offer some personhood relational ethics for research and policy development in AI and transhumanism. So I will start my talk by posing this question: what then is artificial intelligence, AI for short? AI has been variously defined by different scholars. Some scholars like McCarthy, 1965, Rich, 1983, define AI in terms of machines that exhibit human-like intelligence. Others like Hogland, 1985, define AI machines in terms of machines that exhibit human cognitive skills and moral capacities. So these different definitions of AI point to the fact that there are so many ways of defining the concepts AI. But for my aim here, I will define AI as technologies that can imitate or simulate intelligent behavior and moral capacities, such as moral reasoning, judgment, and decision-making, and enhance or augment humans' intelligence and moral capacity. The need for AI ethics increases each passing day with the rapid advancement of AI research, design, development, and deployment. And this raises some ethical issues. Now, for example, consider sex robots and their impacts on human sexual relationship, and even robot lawyers and their impacts on the jobs of legal practitioners. Now, it might interest you to know that the field of AI ethics emerged to consider and investigate the moral issues associated with AI research, development, deployment, and even governance. So in this talk, I will define AI ethics as the multidisciplinary study of the moral concerns arising from the development and useful application of AI technologies, and the articulation and formulation of moral principles, values, theories, and policies for creating ethically permissible AI. As a multidisciplinary study, AI ethics draws from different fields of study, such as informatics, robotics, engineering, neurosciences, and philosophy to take a look at the moral issues that arise from AI design, development, and deployment, and also offer ways or solutions of addressing these moral issues. Again, as a multidisciplinary study, AI ethics, this allows a one-size-fits-all to artificial intelligence. So in this way, it opens ways of integrating and collaborating with different fields of study to articulate meaningful solutions that would aid creating ethically permissible AI. And this would help to maximize the benefits of AI for humanity and increase environmental sustainability and even our own meaningful use of AI systems. Another key word in this my presentation is transhumanism. Now, elsewhere, I have defined transhumanism broadly as seeking to use the means of science and technology to enhance human capacities radically and to transform their social conditions by transcending the limitations imposed on them by their biology and nature in order to create posthumans. Now, transhumanists like Nick Bostrom, Max Moore, Natasha Vita-Moore, excuse me, Stephen Sona, Adre de Grey, have all defended the possibility of creating both trans and post-biological lives, that would overcome the cognitive and moral limitations imposed on us by our biology and nature, and as well as overcoming diseases, suffering, and in his radical form, even death. Now, it will interest you to know that transhumanism has its roots in Enlightenment humanism. Now, Enlightenment humanism upholds progress, science, rationality, and self-perfection. So while transhumanism, runs with these ideals, it radically differs from Enlightenment humanism. This difference lies in the fact that Enlightenment humanism it seeks to enhance humans through the traditional means such as moral education, whereas transhumanism seeks to use a radical AI-based means, scientific and technological means to enhance humans. Having defined the key concept of my talk, I would move on to demonstrate the intersection of AI and transhumanism. Now, both AI and transhumanism seek to create a kind of intelligent moral machine, INM for short. Now, let me paint a little picture of this so that we'll understand their quest for in creating intelligent moral machines. With natural evolution, human life through biological mechanism of the brain emerged. The mechanism that is sometimes referred to as the mind or consciousness. So the brain is a biological configuration with many neurons that process the body's inputs, sensory inputs and its functions, which could be artificially understood and duplicated. through the cybernetic means of mind uploading. Now, through mind uploading, we can scan our brain into a powerful supercomputer, thereby storing our personalities, histories, memories, lives, and what have you into such super computers. For example, see Cosville 2005, Bostrom 2005. The results of such AI-based radical enhancement of humans would be intelligent moral machine, IMM. Now, at the same time, the technological evolution of computers emerged from the first mechanical calculators with faster computing capacity. The exponential growth of this capacity would result in computers processing sensory inputs in identical ways, but at far faster speed than the human brain. At this point, computers would attain human-level intelligence and probably exceed it. The result yet again would be intelligent moral machine, IMM. Now, on the overall, the intersection of AI and transhumanism is a crucial threshold at which AI might start to simulate and even surpass human-level intelligence with the capacities for moral reasoning, judgment, and decision-making. And humans cease to be humans and become ultra-intelligent minds with super moral capacities. Now, this intersection of AI and transhumanism, might pose some moral issues. And one of these moral issues is the technologization of humanity, or what can be called AIification of humans. AIification is a neologism that refers to the process of making humans artificial moral machines. Now, the problem of the AIification of humanity is that it would eliminate the freedom of humans deciding whether to act morally or not. In a way, it eliminates moral choice. But not only that, it also eliminates the freedom to act morally or immorally. See, for example, Hare 2016 and Rakik 2014. Another moral issue that might arise from the intersection of AI and transhumanism is AI dominance. So here I will focus on AI systems becoming morally superior agents than humans. So the problem here is that if AI moral agents becomes morally superior agents than humans, they would consider humans as moral patients. The reason for this is that humans still fail at the gates of morality. Humans still act morally or immorally, unlike AI moral agents that always do the right course of action. Now, as moral patients, AI would humans some certain kinds of responsibilities. Let's call these responsibilities minimal responsibilities, such as safeguarding human well-being, And these minimal responsibilities will be different from the ones AI moral agents would owe to each other. For lack of better characterization, let us call it MASMA responsibilities. Now, such as preserving their best interests. The problem here is that when the minimal responsibilities and the MASMA responsibilities clash with each other, AI moral agents would sacrifice minimal responsibilities. Just like, for example, the industrialists would clear a whole forest for their own self-interest, and just like that, the AI moral agents would clear a whole village for their own self-interest. Of course, we would expect that some AI moral agents would advocate for our protection and for our own well-being. But just like the climate change advocates, their plea are not are ignored, I beg your pardon, are ignored by majority. Who knows? That would be how the plea of the AI moral agents seeking for the protection of humanity would be ignored by the majority. And this would pose a very serious problem, that the fact that humans exist to satisfy the interests of AI moral agents. Our only hope is that we pray that such a clash never happens. Now, to address some of these moral issues that the intersection of AI and transhumanism portends, I will offer some Afro-ethical principles that will be drawn from a personhood-based relational ethics for research and policy development in AI and transhumanism. So I will begin with an overview of personhood-based relational ethics. Elsewhere, CAA Chimakonam 2021-2023, elsewhere I articulated a personhood-based relational ethics, and in this lecture, I seek to extend my idea. I will seek to extend this idea to the intersection of AI and transhumanism. So a personhood-based theory of a personhood-based relational ethics, I beg your pardon, has one main principle and two exception clauses. Now, the main principle states that an action is right if and only if it positively contributes to the common good, while adding moral excellencies to the individuals. And an action is wrong if it adds moral excellencies to the individuals without contributing to the common good, or contributes to the common good without adding moral excellencies to the individuals. Now, the two exceptional clauses are: one, the communal exception clause, which states that an action X, for one thing, is a communal exception in a case Y, if and only if there is an extreme group necessity, all things considered, to violate adding moral excellencies to the individuals in order to sacrifice to the common good for the sake of collective interests. The second exception clause is the individual exception clause that states that for another thing, an action X is an individual exception in case Y, if and only if there is an extreme personal necessity, all things considered, to violate, contributing to the common good in order to add moral excellencies to individuals for the sake of individuals' interests. This personhood-based relational ethics is grounded on African-inspired three-valued logic known as Ismazu. Ismazu logic has some central principles and three supplementary laws of thought. The first principle of Ismazu's logic is the principle of relationality that states that values necessarily interrelate irrespective of their unique context, all things considered, because no value is in isolation from others. This principle is based on the law of Njikoka, which affirms the relationship of individual variables. The second principle is contextuality, which stipulates that the relationships between values occur within specific contexts because context offset values, which is based on the law of Mekoka that holds that a proposition can both be true and false in the same context. The third principle is the principle of complementarity, which states thus, similarly opposed values can have a relationship of complementation rather than contradiction, and it is grounded in the law of homoneity that posits that in complementary mode of a proposition could be both true and false. The principle of relationality and complementarity, alongside the laws of Njikoka and the Mekoka, ground the main principle of a personhood-based relational ethics that recognizes that we are not self-sufficient beings, that we need others to complement us. This main principle promotes a kind of relationship which is mutual relationship in which individuals have to bottle their unique differences in order to come together to contribute to the common good. Why the principle of contextuality and the law of Mekoka grounds the two exceptional clauses that recognizes that sometimes moral actions are context dependent. These exceptional clauses, promotes a form of relationship, non-mutual relationship, in which individuals affirm their unique differences in order to add moral excellencies to themselves, although such acquisition of moral excellencies should not be at the detriment of others. From this personhood-based relational ethics, I articulate some Afro-ethical principles for research and policy development in AI and transhumanism, what is referred to here as the three I's. The first I in the three I is the Afro-ethical principle of interrelationality, which state that humans and AI should mutually interrelate, all things considered, to maximize the common good. That is, to promote the common good, AI models should be designed with the principle of relationality to make them able to have a mutual relationship with humans, animals, and the environment. The second I in the three I is the Afro-ethical principle of intercontextuality. Humans and AI can forgo this mutual interrelationship if and only if there is an extreme context necessity to contribute to each interest instead of the common good, without bringing any negative consequences to the other. That is to say, AI models should be designed in a way that they can affirm their differences when need be without jeopardizing the good of others. The final I in the 3I is the Afroethical principle of intercomplementarity, which stipulates that a harmonious society should be based on the intercomplementarity of humans and AI. This is to maintain harmony in society. So AI models and engines should be designed in ways that complement humans. I have come to the end of my lecture. I await your critical engagement. Thank you so much for listening.